Hello and welcome, my lovely Gemini. Gemini, your card in tarot is the Lovers card. It is versatile, youthful, curious, and fun energy. This is the power within a person that causes them to speak, initiate, and live. It's that internal passions. All right, let's get to it. Gemini, this is your weekly intuitive energy and card reading for the week of December 23rd through 29th, 2019. Remember, time is merely a pretense to see past, present, or future energies and or lessons. Remember, time, this is a general reading for my gems. Your sign is not personally programmed, but the lessons you need to learn in this life you're living now. So, do listen to the entirety of the reading just like a good fable or fairy tale to get the most soul evolution out of the readings I do every week. All right. So let's finish this intro. All right, me being the Queen of Wands, my Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling. This is my charismatic gift I share with you with unconditional love and, of course, gratitude. And I thank you so much now for all your likes, your subscribes, your views alone. Do support the channel, and do subscribe now if you haven't, because we're working on that soul evolution business, not just lovey-dovey-ness. But I've gotten a lot of lovey-dovey-ness this week, so let's see what I can get for my lovely gems. On the 21st, let's review that energy. We had that winter solstice. It was the energy of darkness. It's the darkest day of the year. It's the darkest, the earth is just tilted furthest from the sun. And distance does make the heart grow fonder. We miss the light. I do miss the light. I miss the sun. I miss the warmth. But that same day, we also had sun in Capricorn, which is getting down to business. It's that earth and energy of like feasibility, structures, discipline. Lots of Capricorn this year. But remember, Capricorn is the sea goat. And what does that mean? The sea goat has seen the bottom of the ocean, grown legs, learned to walk on land, and conquered it. So we have to dig deep. There is a water element to Capricorn that sometimes we miss. We have to dig deep into who we are and what we want and need. And then what calls to our soul. That is the lesson of Capricorn. And also remember, we have Jupiter in Capricorn for almost the whole year. So yeah, that's discipline work, hierarchy, pentacles, blah, blah, blah. But remember, Jupiter is the biggest nymph chaser of them all. So are you chasing fairies? Should you be chasing fairies? Some of us should be. So original nympho, Jupiter, adds a touch of magic to this whole wonderful business of really finding our place in our material pentacle world, into reality, in that grounded reality. All right, we also have on 12/26, after Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, we have the new moon in Capricorn with the solar eclipse. Now this is represented by, I've already started pulling cards for this reading, by the way. Then we do have the Two of Pence represented by this solar eclipse, this new moon, this darkness, but with a little light, because Two of Pence is all about all fun and no play make Jack a very dull fool. So what we want is, we want that Jupiter big nympho energy, and then this Two of Pence magic kind of energy, this solar eclipse energy, to shed light on places where light doesn't usually hit, or where shadows don't usually hit. We'll eclipse them out, hide them away from us. It's all about that light and dark, unusual light and darkness, just by virtue of the fact that the sun is going to be hidden behind the moon. The sun and the moon come together, unusually speaking. And it's all about, this is all represented by serendipity. Things will be happening that we didn't plan on, but they will be good things. So I'm absolutely thrilled about this one. It's also a very lucky new moon. So after Christmas, after we get everything we could possibly want, per se, it's really about what we need for our insides, our souls. And don't forget, Christmas is very special because Jesus is obviously an ascendant master. And being born 3 days, like a triduum after the darkness, it does show a light coming into our life. Don't doubt that's not purposeful. Okay. Wow, cards just want to speak and then they're not. All right, so I have the Hierophant in the upright, the Five of Pence in the reverse, and these nine, actually, I'm sorry, the Five of Pence in reverse was last. I did have the Nine of Swords in the upright, and then the Five of Pence, Ten of Cups, Six of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Pence in the upright. Ten of Cups and Ten of Pence in the upright shows a very big completion, a very big change, but a willingness to stay with the Six of Swords in between them two, in between the business of those two. This is legacy, this is permanence and financial gain. But the Hierophant is a traditional route. Unless you have a Taurus in you that's just pissing you off to the business. But this is, the Hierophant is the traditional route. It's like, it's like knowing all the rules so you can break them, is what Spirit is asking you. But you're having a little time coming out of that. With this Nine of Swords. You're having, you're learning the rules, you're learning the game, you're getting into it, but you're having trouble getting out of that Nine of Swords energy. The last full moon was represented by the Nine of Swords. Things that needed to be handled are done before we kind of hopped into this magical solar eclipse, you know, Jupiter, Nympho, and lighting up the fun parts of our life as well. It's kind of that energy of, I don't have that yet, and it's kind of left you Five of Pence, being left out in the cold. You feel apart from something that matters to you, and I believe it is the less traditional, because it's, feels like such a force in your reading, like the traditional, getting your business, getting that car payment paid. It feels just like, it just feels like that need to like just get through with life so you can get on to the better stuff. But you've actually kind of separated yourself from something that means a lot to you. And because this coming in reverse tells me that you are, the Five of Pence in reverse tells me that you are coming out of this energy. You're finally taking care of these nightmares and the shit that's been bothering you so that you can actually get back to what's important. And whatever is important, you're staying right where you are. You have a Ten of Cups, Ten of Pence with the Six of Swords in between. The Six of Swords in between tells me you don't want to leave. You want to stay. Everything is just fabulous. And it's because you've worked for it. And now you know, let's see what's coming in for you. Why did you want to bring in wishes? The Star. It could even be an Aquarius in your energy that you want to bring in your energy, but it's a wish come true. That's what you want. That's what you're working on. It's kind of like, in Gemini, it's kind of like the side of you that wanted to like get the laundry done and mow the lawn and, you know, eat your veggies before. Very Capricorn energy. Eat your veggies before you go out and play, or even start a new project, cleaning up the last one. It's like you did that and now you're like, okay, I did my shit. I got things done. I handled my Nine of Swords. Where's my wish? Well, your wish is all about selection. You know what you want, and your ships are coming in. You've done the work for it. Now it's time to enjoy it a little bit more. You've really worked for this. Now, one of the things that you may have lost in this is an Empress. Now, it could just be a home. I do feel a lot of home situation from this, but with the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pence coming in, you regret losing this home. You regret losing this very feminine energy around you. But you feel like it's coming. You can bring it back in. But right now you're trying to decide if that's what you really want, because you can have just about whatever you want right now. And it's not necessarily a person. It doesn't really feel like a person, and this regret and this disappointment. If in the person, it feels like you regret having to give up something like a home, a good garden, you know, kind of thing, a happy place, to make this possible. But you're also coming into the fact now that it was probably the best decision you made. It was taking a loss. Six of Swords in reverse is like taking a loss. Two, not usually in the tarot, but in the cartomancy, it's like taking a loss to take the win. It's like, I'm going to give up these swords and take a loss to take the win. A bittersweet victory, because this is even the card of escapism. And it's just living in reality is so fucking Ten of Pence and Ten of Cups for you right now. you could care less what you left behind. You've made that look back, and you know it wasn't, at the time you probably mourned it, you probably cried for it, but you know that now that your wish is coming true and your ships are coming in, it's almost like, who gives a rat's patootie what happened back there. Yeah, it doesn't feel like you've lost an empress. It feels like you've lost, maybe you lost a home or a situation that just had to expire. And it's not like it failed you. It's not like it was bad. It was just like, it was in the upright. It means it's still good. It's just not for you. And you have a better place to stay with the Six of Swords kind of thing. It's just full of possibility, ripe with possibility, with the 10 of Cups and 10 of Swords. Almost beyond amazing. Six of Pence in reverse. You might be still having a little money trouble. You may not have come into that 10 of Cups, 10 of Pence just yet, but you can see it on the horizon. It's on its way, and you do not have your victory yet either. You're still working on some things. It's almost like, I have a bit of a victory, but the check's in the mail kind of thing. It's, Taurus got a similar thing as did Aries, which is, I'm working really hard on something, or I'm making efforts towards something, but I'm not necessarily bringing in the rewards of that just yet. It's on its way. Oh, I have the Tower in reverse. So you have prevented a tower in your situation. I don't think this needs to be, I will clarify it just because it's a tower, but it's about, you've avoided a tower. You've prevented a tower from your work. And even though you have no victory and you're a little bit in need of some charity still, you're going to expect that to change just because this tower is in reverse and you're taking a rising up. You're probably just rising up to your 10 of Pence and your 10 of Cups. Keep an eye on that eclipse day, because this is the card of the eclipse, the 2 of Pence, the balancing that you need in your life. To clarify the Tower card, you're going to see something collapse, and it's not going to, some lightning strike and collapse, but it's not going to destroy you as a Tower would, because it is in reverse. And because you're ready for it, and you're accepting it, and you're prepared for it. You're prepared for that balance, that all work and no play make Jack a dull fool. You're not making that mistake. It almost feels like you're putting your work and your play together. You're making money from your play. And it could just be something I pick up from Geminis on the regular, but it feels nice and solid too. Like, I'm gonna make some money doing what I love kind of thing. Gems. All right, let's see if I can pick up some love for you. I do have the 5 of Swords and the Jack of Fire, 5 of Clovers and the Jack of Fire. Don't really have a fire under your ass for this, to fight this fight, compete this competition. If there's competition in love, it's not where you belong. You know, the Bachelor ain't your gig. It's hard enough that you have to be chosen as a double entity, as to twins. Now you better choose me. You have 2 options when it comes to me, kind of thing, Gemini, is how I'm feeling. You're feeling with this love card. King of Air, Jack of Wands. You are in your power, Gemini, with that King of Air. Jack of Pence, I'm sorry, is the entrepreneurial card. It is the card of moving forward financially with something, and you are open. You are open to this wealth and this possibility. You're withholding emotionally, but you are open to pentacled, in a pentacled way, just because it's what you need now. It's almost like, if I don't have love now and you want me to compete for it, then screw you. You're either on my team or you're not. This is no game. Queen of Swords, Truth card, hard truth. Queen of Swords does not get out of her chair unless she's got something to give a slice to. Jack of Air. Oh, I have all your court cards here, my loves. course, your Jack of Air is in reverse, which is probably because you're moving with the Pentacled card right now. You're really thinking about that, really getting it going. But with the Queen of Air, you're going to pull some truth because you got some Ace of Pents, some dreaming to do, some inspiration to do. You've been rewarded. This is a gift too. Ace of Pents is a gift in terms of the universe kind of like giving you a push in that direction, because you know it's like when you know, you throw some grain in a line and the chickens will follow it. It's kind of like Spirit threw you some dried out corn so you can follow that chicken path. You're going quite openly. You've got your eyes wide open with that. Yeah, it's work. This is a work reading. You're going to find a place. There's a place of work that you're kind of moving towards. Yeah, a big work goal. Big work goal. And you're moving towards there. These are both in the upright, meaning that it's something you want, it's something you're working towards, it's something you're moving towards. Yeah. Celebration and victory. It's very... Four of Wands is very piratey energy, I've learned. Very vigilante energy too. But it's that I've taken care of it kind of thing, celebration. But it's that public victory. You're about to find a connection that is going to set you on your way for a public victory. This could also be going public with a relationship, but just because this was all about Pentacles, this spread, it's you're actually going to be able to celebrate this before it goes public. You're going to have a moment where you're going to enjoy this victory before everybody else knows about it. Kind of like my album dropped, and you know, not my album, but just as an example, like your album drops but the singles don't drop for or your singles just dropped and you're kind of waiting to see how it goes before the album drops, and then they start seeing the numbers come in slowly. It's kind of like posting a video to YouTube and keeping an eye on the likes and the subscribes and the comments and the views to make sure you're on the right path, in the right direction. And it's going to be that moment where it's going to be a very quiet, subtle moment like that, where you kind of like open up your phone and go, oh my God, this is it. And the next day when you wake up, you shower, you know, you get dressed, and that's when you're going to step into your new life. You're going to have a moment where you know, like, wow, this is it. And it's coming. That's the great thing. And it's going to last. 10 of Pents, 3 of Wands. Keep working at it. Keep working at it. It's a 3 of Wands in reverse, but 10 of Pents is long term. You're going to be able to work on this for a while. And even though I think the reason the 3 of Wands here is in reverse is because of the interference. It's not interference, it's collaboration. You're going to be in and out with collaborators. It doesn't, not just necessarily music, but any kind of collaborator. You will have partnerships. You have solo ventures, both. But it's going to last a long time. This is going to last a while. And it's just a dream come true. All right. Thank you for sharing your energy with me, Gemini. Have a great week. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip, or donate. Have a great Christmas. And of course, a great and spiritual week.